If you want to truly see beyond a narcissist's surface-level charm and polished exterior, one of the clearest insights lies in their facial expressions. These fleeting, often unconscious micro-expressions can betray the narcissist's underlying traits of grandiosity, entitlement, sadism, and an utter lack of empathy. Although narcissists are skilled at maintaining their facades, their facial expressions often provide subtle, yet significant, clues to their true nature. Combined with their actions, these expressions offer a much clearer understanding of what you're really dealing with. Before diving into these expressions, it's important to remember that human beings are complex and not everyone who exhibits these traits is a narcissist. Context is crucial. These signs are merely tools for recognizing narcissistic behavior, and conclusions should be drawn based on a person's overall actions and patterns. 1. The eye roll followed by a deep sigh. A common and telling expression of narcissists is the combination of an eye roll followed by a deep, exaggerated sigh. This gesture, often subtle but unmistakably dismissive, typically occurs when the narcissist is confronted with something they consider beneath them, usually your feelings, thoughts, or concerns. The eye roll itself is a physical manifestation of their contempt, designed to communicate that whatever you are saying is not worth their time or attention. The deep sigh that follows reinforces this, signaling their impatience and frustration with the conversation. The narcissist's goal with this expression is to make you feel small, irrelevant, or stupid. By minimizing your concerns in such a blatant manner, they assert their perceived superiority and aim to leave you feeling powerless and insignificant. Whether you're pointing out their hurtful actions or sharing something meaningful, the narcissist often reacts with this gesture to indicate their disdain. It is important to note that this behavior is distinct from a more common, emotional reaction of frustration that many people experience. Victims of narcissistic abuse, for example, may also roll their eyes in response to the narcissist's endless word salad, manipulations, or circular conversations. The difference lies in intention. For a narcissist, the eye roll is a deliberate strategy to devalue and undermine you. For someone who's been subjected to emotional abuse, it may be an involuntary response born out of sheer exhaustion. Context is key when interpreting this expression. 2. The dead stare. Another unnerving expression commonly associated with narcissists is the dead stare. This chilling, emotionless gaze often appears when you are trying to communicate your emotions, express vulnerability, or confront them about their behavior. While most people might meet your words with compassion, concern, or even defensiveness, the narcissist responds with a cold, blank stare that seems devoid of any human empathy. Their eyes become detached, as though they are watching you without truly seeing you. The dead stare is not just passive disinterest. It often feels predatory, like they are studying you for future use. The narcissist isn't really absorbing your words to understand you better. Instead, they are cataloging your emotional expressions to use against you at a later time. Whether it's to gain leverage in an argument or to manipulate you into compliance, they view your vulnerability as a weakness that they can exploit. This stare can be particularly disturbing because it feels as though all warmth, empathy, or humanity has left their eyes. There's no connection, no recognition of shared emotional space. In that moment, the narcissist seems almost robotic, reinforcing their egocentrism and emotional detachment. Many victims of narcissistic abuse describe this stare as a sign that the narcissist sees them as a mere object, something to be controlled or manipulated rather than someone to empathize with. 3. Avoiding eye contact when you pour your heart out. When you open up emotionally or confront a narcissist about their harmful behavior, they may deliberately avoid making eye contact. This evasion is not accidental or due to distraction. It is a calculated move. The narcissist knows that avoiding eye contact during a vulnerable moment makes you feel invalidated. When you're pouring your heart out, they might glance around the room, look at their phone, or stare at something trivial, creating the impression that your words have no value to them. This avoidance serves two purposes. First, it prevents them from engaging with the emotional weight of what you're saying. Acknowledging your feelings would require some level of empathy or emotional connection, which the narcissist lacks or avoids. Second, it is a subtle form of emotional dismissal. By not looking at you, they are essentially saying, your feelings are unimportant, which can leave you feeling ignored, rejected, and irrelevant. However, it is crucial to differentiate between narcissistic behavior and conditions such as autism or ADHD, where avoiding eye contact can be common, but for entirely different reasons. Neurodivergent individuals may find eye contact overwhelming or uncomfortable, yet still be fully engaged in listening and understanding. In contrast, the narcissist avoids eye contact as a power play designed to strip you of your emotional significance. 4. The instant shift from fake love to seriousness. One of the more unsettling aspects of narcissistic behavior is their ability to shift from exaggerated displays of affection to cold indifference in an instant. Narcissists often put on dramatic, performative displays of love, big smiles, loud laughter, and overly affectionate gestures. But these displays are just that, performances. Beneath them lies a complete absence of genuine emotion. The instant this facade is no longer necessary, it drops without warning. What makes this shift so disturbing is how abrupt it can be. One moment the narcissist may be smiling broadly, projecting warmth and charm. In the next, their face is a blank, emotionless mask, as if they've suddenly lost interest or no longer need to maintain the pretense of affection. This stark change often leaves others feeling confused or unsettled, wondering if they've done something wrong or if they've misinterpreted the narcissist's earlier behavior. This expression reveals the narcissist's true nature. Their emotions are not real but are instead calculated performances designed to manipulate and control. When there's no longer any benefit to maintaining the facade of love or happiness, the narcissist's face reverts to its default state, cold, detached, and indifferent. This expression is a reminder that narcissists see others as tools or extensions of themselves, not as individuals with genuine emotional needs. 5. The pitiful smile of the victim. Vulnerable narcissists, in particular, are known for their ability to play the victim. One of their key facial expressions is the pitiful, guilt-tripping smile, a look designed to evoke sympathy while subtly shifting the focus back to themselves. This smile is often used in situations where the narcissist feels they've been overlooked or when others around them are receiving attention. It's a way of saying, "I'm happy for you, but remember that I'm the one who's really suffering." This manipulative expression is designed to make others feel guilty for their own successes or happiness. Vulnerable narcissists thrive on portraying themselves as the underdog, always wronged, always deserving of more attention and validation. They use this pitiful smile to provoke feelings of guilt in others, hoping to redirect the spotlight back onto their perceived victimhood. But behind this seemingly harmless smile lies a darker motive. The narcissist is not just playing the victim, they're actively seeking to manipulate those around them into feeling sorry for them, even when they've done nothing to deserve it. By using this passive-aggressive expression, the narcissist can subtly undermine others' achievements or joys, making them feel as though their happiness is somehow inappropriate or hurtful. 6. The disapproving head shake. A subtle but powerful expression of disapproval from a narcissist is the silent head shake, often performed when you're doing something that brings you joy or pride. This gesture conveys a message that doesn't need words. I don't acknowledge or validate what you're doing. It is an unspoken rejection of your efforts, designed to make you feel small, foolish, or inadequate. The disapproving head shake is often used in situations where the narcissist feels threatened by your achievements or happiness. Rather than offering congratulations or sharing in your joy, the narcissist uses this silent gesture to remind you that, in their eyes, you are still not enough. This expression is one of the many ways narcissistic abuse is delivered in small, often imperceptible doses, sometimes described as death by 1,000 cuts. Over time, this kind of subtle invalidation can erode your sense of self-worth. The narcissist's constant disapproval, even when delivered in such quiet, nonverbal ways, chips away at your confidence and makes it difficult to trust your own accomplishments or feelings. The goal is to keep you in a state of self-doubt, always seeking their approval, yet never quite receiving it. Perhaps the most chilling expression of all is the cold, callous look combined with malicious laughter. This facial expression is one of pure contempt, often appearing when the narcissist feels they have gained the upper hand in a situation. It's a look that says, "I've won, and now I'm going to enjoy your suffering." The laughter that accompanies this expression is not the kind associated with joy or amusement. It is dark, eerie, and filled with cruelty. This expression often surfaces when they've planned something particularly hurtful, like ending a relationship or ruining your reputation. It reveals their true nature, the deep-seated hatred they harbor for those they perceive as threats. This look is their way of showing you just how little they care about your pain and suffering. Have you ever encountered these facial expressions in someone you know? If so, how did you handle it? I encourage you to share your experience in the comments so we can all learn from each other's stories. Thank you for tuning into today's episode. I hope this helps you recognize some of the more subtle signs of narcissism. As always, stay strong, stay aware, and most importantly, stay irresistible.